Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and this one is going to be probably one of in my opinion, it's probably going to get a lot of dislikes and a lot of really angry people in the comments, but this is my opinion on why you should absolutely avoid playing official servers on Ark Survival Ascended. Now I'm just telling you, stay away. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. It's not worth anything. You shouldn't do that to yourself. Now, some people immediately, as soon as I said that, they're already saying, holy crap, Teach, you're awful, you're a noob, you're Bob, you can't play official, you can't do this, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. By thinking that, and even commenting with, like, you know, Teach, that all these trash bags can't play, like, that's the number of times I've seen that on my videos and stuff like that, is actually the literal reason why you shouldn't be playing official networks, because those are the kind of players that official networks on Ark attracts. And I'm sorry, just spitting facts here. That's just how it is. The fact of the matter is, on official networks, you have to be toxic in order to actually survive. You have to be in a large tribe. You have to literally set up schedules to make sure that you're on 24/7. Otherwise, someone's going to raid you when you're offline. Not only that, let's say you get past all of that, you've got to get past the actual toxic behavior where people build lag switch rooms where they put 150 million lights in one room and turn it on and lag the entire server out. You've got to get past the fact that people block off note runs. You've got to get past all kinds of crazy stuff. People throwing down all kinds of pillars and stuff like that near your base and slowly moving forwards over time to prevent you from logging in. You've got to get past so many toxic behaviors that have been encouraged by the official toxic community since Ark began, right? Because a lot of what ends up happening is you get one or two toxic players that figure out how to cheese a system, right? And I'll be admitting, I usually release videos and stuff like that on those. But what I will say is that with that, I usually do it with the intent to either make sure it gets fixed or everyone knows about it. So let's say you get past all of that. On day one in Ark Survival Ascended, already what happened is people had the ability to use GCM. Now, for those of you that don't know what GCM means, they could open up their command line like you see me right here and spawn in whatever they felt like spawning in. So some people immediately got and this was like a few days they had with GCM access or certain commands inside of that command window. And they had a few days to immediately get access to end game everything, right? So they already beat everyone else, and now they're going to have infinite everything, which is crazy to me that was even authorized, right? So they made a mistake off the bat. Now, Ark has been getting better, but the actual official servers by themselves, I'm walking around, right? On official networks, if you are getting anything better than like 155 ping, which basically means you're going to rubber band all over the place, you are so lucky. Now, let's say you are rubber banding all over the place. What's probably happening at this point in the game is you're spawning on a beach and you've got a level 105, level 115-ish player that is just trolling the beach, killing people so they stay off the server. Because their goal of official networks is to prevent people from building on their servers, to prevent them from playing on their servers so they have nothing to worry about. Why would you willingly play on a server where there are other people on that server trying to prevent you from playing on that server? Right, so that's a bunch of basic facts, right? Now, sorry for spitting the truth. For those of you that are playing on official networks and you're like, that's not how it is, that's 100% how it is. Even on PvE official networks. I logged onto one the other day, and this is what I saw on the beach, right? There's a foundation, there's a foundation, there's a foundation, there's a foundation, there's a foundation. Point being is that they literally, even on PvE networks where the goal, there's no like threat, there's no anything. You can't wipe somebody, you can't do any of that. Somebody will have literally logged in and foundationed off an entire mountain without the even intent to build there. They just want to be able to have access to it. So they'll literally do something like I'm doing right now, right, in order to prevent others from building on that. Why would you willingly play on those servers, right? Because the point of this game is to have fun. If you are someone that has fun by doing any of those things that I just talked about, you're the problem. And for those of you that are listening, like, yeah, that's why I don't play official networks, let me give you some statistics, right? So I put a survey out. I'm just going to go ahead and admin mode real quick. Click over to my survey, click refresh. I released this 15 minutes ago, okay? There are currently 190 votes on this thing. And it's basically saying, do you prefer official networks or unofficial or solo gaming? Just like I said earlier in the video, right now I've got 20% of people saying they prefer official networks and 80% saying they want unofficial or solo games. Now, this doesn't even include the fact that the Xbox and PS4, PS5 consoles haven't been able to play real unofficial networks because they haven't had access to mods. You just wait until they have access to mods. Everyone is going to be playing on unofficial networks because official is just awful. The next thing that sucks about official, assuming that you're understanding everything that I'm saying so far, all of the servers are run through Nitrado. I have personally used Nitrado in the past, and I can tell you their servers are not very strong. They can be regularly put down by just random things. It could be anything from a new update to causing major problems, and their equipment seems to just not be able to succeed very well when it comes to high intense stuff. So like if you've got a massive fight going on a PvP server and you've got like 10v10, stuff's blowing up all over the place, I'd almost put your probability at you crashing or someone crashing nearby or the whole server crashing at like 50%. It's absolutely wild. If I haven't given you enough negatives at this point why you shouldn't play on official networks, let me tell you why you should play on unofficial networks. On an unofficial network, I can have any mod that I want. I can hold R and go into my Rex form because I have mods on my solo player or unofficial network that let me enjoy the game in a different way. Like, the fact that I can even do that is crazy, right? On an unofficial network, you'll never be able to do that. Never. Sorry, that's just how it is. You won't be able to enjoy so much of these fun parts of the game that other people do play. Now, if you log on to official networks once every now and then just for funsies, yeah, do that. That can be okay. But like playing exclusively on official networks, you are essentially giving up on some of the funnest parts of Ark by literally having to, and let's go into another reason why you shouldn't play official. Do you see how I've got my settings turned up so I can actually walk through grass? I can see the beautiful water. I can enjoy Ark for what it is. On official networks, you have to turn your settings all the way down. You probably have an INI file installed to prevent you from seeing any vegetation at all. And you have everything down to the lowest possible thing to give you an advantage in PvP. Now, to me, that's just ridiculous. I want to play a game when I have it on the highest settings I can in order to enjoy the game while I'm playing it. I shouldn't have to turn everything down in order to get a competitive advantage over somebody else. I'm not playing Call of Duty or anything like that in Ark. I get that people like that, but that's my personal opinion, right? Again, for those of you that agree or disagree, put the comments below. Tell me why you think so below. I'm going to try and respond to as many of them as I can, but I personally think it's ridiculous to play on official networks. And the few people and even the YouTubers that have played on official networks, they probably play on these mega tribes or they're playing 15, 16 hours a day. I have too much things in real life that I enjoy doing where I'm not going to spend 15, 16 hours a day or find people from across the globe, excuse my misspeak there, but across the globe in order to make sure that someone is constantly online. That's crazy to me. Now, for those of you that are like, okay, cool, Teach, you've given us all the reasons not to play. Why would I play unofficial networks considering there are other problems? Yeah, there are other problems that exist, right? The benefits of unofficial networks, you are playing probably with people that feel the same way that I just talked about. So they probably don't want to deal with all the shenanigans. You can have rules that don't exist on official networks. Like my servers, when I release them for this game, will all be a sort of gentle person's PvP, where you are not allowed to wipe, where you are not allowed to do certain things, where you have protections in place, where you have an admin that's going to log onto the server if someone's being a troll and just destroy everything they have and then kick them off the server to ban them. You don't get bans on official networks unless you get really unlucky, right? I can sit there and I can play these mods where I can allow myself to stack foundations. I don't need to block off an entire beach inside an unofficial network because I don't have to do that. Now, you can play unofficial PvP and people are like, well, I do that. That's okay. You chose to do that, but it's still better than official networks because you probably have a restarted season. So once you hit endgame in about 2 months, you can get a new fresh season with new mods, new adjustments, new everything. And people enjoy that. People like that speed part of the game, the building, the learning, the changing. On mods, you can learn all of that, right? What else can you do on an official unofficial network? You can do literally anything, and that's the benefit, right? I can go into, if I want to play on my own solo player and I want to GCM around to learn some of the cool things, to try and build in cool areas, to try and go inside of this rock right here because I felt like it, I can do any of that on an unofficial network that I can't do on an official network. Now, what else can I do? I don't know if you've noticed it, because I'm playing solo, there's no such thing as ping problems. I am never going to experience an issue where I shoot and then, or do something, or fire a crossbow bolt and it goes off 30 seconds later. Unofficial networks are just better. You can add all kinds of everything to them. You can change your settings so you don't have to wait 6 years to raise a decent line of Giganotosauruses. You can do it in a week. Now, All of that being said, you do have to find a good unofficial network to play on. I will release mine once I'm actually ready. Some people are releasing them too early, in my opinion, where they're not actually testing stuff out. They're kind of just saying, okay, this is exactly like Ark was, the original, and I'm just going to release something for it. I'm waiting until probably after Thanksgiving-ish time to release my servers. But those are all my reasons. You are more than welcome to agree. You are more than welcome to disagree. Just let me know. That's it. Now, if you don't mind, small plug, smash that like button. That would be awesome. Consider putting your comments below. It helps out the video. And then if you want to subscribe to the channel, I'm starting to approach 100,000, and that's been my dream all along. So that would be awesome. If there's anything else, let me know. All right, teach.